Hi guys, this is AGJ and welcome back to another video. So today I am going to be talking about how I plan my role plays with my Reborns. So I've done a role play in the summer holidays the past 2 years, so 2017 and 2018. And then this year, 2019, I'm going to be doing one as well. So it is currently February 19th and I've already planned most of it. I say most of it because there's one aspect that we haven't done yet. I do the role plays with my friend Katrin. You've seen her on this channel before. And we normally do the role plays together. The role play basis is I have a child, she is my friend, and then for like the beginning of it she's the doctor. And then her mum's like a health visitor who actually does all this stuff with babies, so that's always been quite handy. But this year, Katrin also has Reborns, both a baby and a toddler, so we're incorporating those. So I have 6 steps on how I do this. I will do an individual video focusing in on how on some of the steps and how I'm doing them this year, because I do them differently every year. So let's get started then. Wait, disclaimer, not disclaimer, just like a side note before we start. I have 2 Reborns. At the moment it's a boy and a girl, but I'm probably going to change the girl back to a boy. Basically the way that I do the genders with these is the one of them I switch if I lose interest. This one, who is currently a boy now, I am absolutely in love with him. I've bonded so well with him. I originally got him as a girl and I was over the moon that I'd actually got my first Reborn, but I didn't bond with her very well. Then one day me and Katrin sat down and were like, you already have boys' clothes, so let's have a look. Put boys' clothes on him, and then we went through names and we came up with Evan Sean, and that is him. But this is what I was going to say. I am changing his name because I don't really like the name Evan Sean. I don't like the name at all. I would never name my child that, and I want to name them stuff that I would actually name my child. So his name, I'll bring him over. He's all swaddled up right now. But this little boy's name is now Edward Zachariah. So Edward was my dad's middle name, and I don't know if I did ever mention it. I know last year we went to visit him in hospital, and I don't know if I ever mentioned, but he passed away in October. So I've always, for a while now, I've wanted to name one of my kids Edward. If I have a boy, I want his name to be Edward, after Daddy's middle name, David Edward. And then Zachariah is just a name, it's a cute name that goes well with it. And then if I named my actual child Edward Zachariah, in future, if he didn't want to go by Edward or Eddie or Ed or anything, he could go by Zach. So it gives him a bit of a leeway, because Edward's like an older name, whereas Zachariah is newer. But then it's kind of hard to spell, so instead of making that his first name, which he would then struggle to spell as like a 4-year-old child. Do you get my thinking? Okay. So yes, this is little Eddie, and I love him very much. And I love his hair right now. It's actually staying. And look at that little mohawk. I'm so happy. I do use the crib that I made in the video. I use it. The other one not so much, because neither of them really fit in it. It is too short. It's a doll's cot, so. But yes. Right, let's actually get into the video because it's been 5 minutes already. Wow, I'm going to have to edit the hell out of this. Let's get started. So step number 1 in planning your roleplay is dates. So I'm assuming that you've already decided how many kids you want to have in this roleplay, so we're just going to skip that. So dates is the first thing that I plan. So that is the dates that you want to do the roleplay. So if you're doing it in the summer holidays like me, you want to find out when you finish school, and then I'd say make the start date in the first week so that you can have as long as possible to roleplay. Give it some leeway, because last year when we did ours, we were going to do it on the first day of the summer holidays, literally the day after school ended. But one of us had something that came up really close to the time, so we had to move it, and then that messed it up, the roleplay plan. So give it a couple days leeway. Then figure out the length of your stay. So if you're doing it as a hospital with another friend, figure out how long you're going to be there so that their parents can plan for this. Give the person's house you're staying at, give them notice. If you're doing it alone by yourself at home, then you could do a hospital one and set up your room and know how many days you're going to have that. Let your family know that you're going to be maybe moving your room around, or you're going to need a couple things in there for a couple days. Or you could do a home birth, which is what I'm doing this year, but I'll get onto that. So, dates. Date of birth, length of stay, also how many weeks pregnant you're going to be, and also your due date. That's just an extra detail that I like, so that then when I'm doing the vlogs I can say, so I am 39 weeks and 4 days, or I am 36 weeks and 7 days? No, 36 weeks and 6 days. Whatever. You can make it as realistic as possible. So that is the first step, dates. Date of birth, length of stay, weeks pregnant, and due date. So step number 2 is the birth plan. So, planning the birth. So the first thing you want to do is measurements. So how much they're going to weigh, their length, and head circumference. You could do this in real life and actually measure them and weigh them. Or what I'm doing is I will use the length and head circumference, but for weight I'm doing a more realistic weight, because he's only 5 pounds 5. So I'm upping that to 8 pounds 3 ounces, which is more realistic. It's in the average range. My family are normally heavier babies, so that makes sense. He's also a boy, which means they weigh more. And he's not late, he's full term, 39 weeks and 3 or 4 days. But get a weight that you are comfortable with and that is realistic. Also, 5 pounds 5 is very underweight for a 20-inch baby. I think it's 20, could be 22, I have no idea. Bad mum. But yes, measurements. Then method of birth. So that is, do you want to have a C-section? Do you want to roleplay a natural birth? Is that natural birth going to be a home birth, or a one with an epidural, or hypnobirthing, or all natural, or whatever? Hypnobirthing, by the way, is not like all hypno, ooh, it's really weird. It's literally just breathing. That's what I'm going to be doing so that I don't have to roleplay getting meds. Also, I literally had a blood test on Friday and I screamed and cried. Can you imagine me with a spinal injection? Oh my god. Nightmare. So, get your method that you want to do. Method of birth. Then, you do the actual birth plan, the step-by-step plan. Include times and little details. I watch YouTube birth plans to help with this, so the one that I did to frame mine, I'm doing home birth, hypnobirthing, natural. That's the way I'm going to roleplay it this year. Past 2 years I've done a C-section at Katrin's house. So I'm switching it up a bit so that I can focus more on her, because she's joining in this year. So I'll focus on her and do all mine myself. So I am doing home birth hypnobirthing. Sorry, my nose is really itchy, I don't know why. The videos that I watched was Louise Pentland, her birth story with Pearl, because she first of all lives in the UK, which is where I live, and then also she's doing the home birth and hypnobirthing. So she could, if I framed my birth story off hers, then it will be realistic. So I did mainly frame it off hers, but I have watched quite a few birth stories, hospital ones, home births, hypnobirthing stories, watched the hypnobirthing resources that Louise was recommending, the Positive Birth Company, Siobhan. She talks and promotes hypnobirthing and teaches you how to do it, which is really handy because now I can actually do it or roleplay it. But yes, handy. Resources, birth stories, plan a step-by-step birth plan. So that is step 2. Measurements, method, step-by-step. Yeah, number 2. There you go. I lost this clip, so I'm having to film it again afterwards, halfway through editing. Ha ha ha, fun. Step 3. Routines. So routines, first the day-to-day stuff. So obviously this is going to be going over like 6 weeks, so the routine is going to be different at 1 week old to 6 weeks old. So in these routines you want to figure out when they feed, when they change, when they nap, and when they do activities, and when you're going to do outings. So you want to figure out the amounts of stuff, so how much they're going to eat. So I think the conclusion I've come to is 2.5 ounces per pound of body weight. So you've got to figure out how much they're going to weigh by each week and do that for the whole 24 hours, not per feed. Not per feed. Don't do that per feed. Then changes, how often they're going to need it, how many poos or pees they have to do a day, that sort of stuff. Changes and amounts of food, and then how long they need to nap for and how often and whatever. When you're going to take them out, you need to plan in. You're going to be going out with family in the holidays, or I don't know, you're going to be going out, you need to go out to the park as well. You might be going on days out, you might be going to see friends, whatever. Plan around that. You're going to have to do different things. What I'm planning is, me and Katrin, the way we're linking ours is we go to the same mother and baby group. So we're going to have 1 day a week where we meet up and go to the park, or just spend time at each other's house. So like, first week mine, second week hers, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. And then maybe every 2 weeks we'll go on an outing, like to the zoo, because we all have zoo memberships, I think. So we'll go to the zoo, or could be somewhere else, but we just go out, so you're not stuck indoors for 6 weeks straight. I would aim to get out at least once a day, even if that's just walking them around the block. Doesn't have to be going to the park or visiting someone. Just walk around for half an hour. And if you're uncomfortable taking your reborns out, take them in the garden. Walk around the garden for half an hour. Or if you don't have a garden, or you can't find enough to do in the garden, walk around the house. You don't want to be just sitting in bed feeding them and then get up to change them. Maybe do tummy time and then sit on the bed and watch YouTube while they nap. That's not very fun. And you also need fresh air and sunlight. And it's going to be the summer, so it'll be quite sunny as well. So I'd say make sure you can get out. That's routines. Day-to-day stuff, feedings, changings, outings. activities, naps, all that, and amounts of sleep, changes, formula, whatever. Do that. Plan it. Step 4. Plan what you're going to put in your bag. Your hospital bag. Woohoo! So that's both for baby and for you. Especially if you're actually going to your friends for 3 days. Take things for you. Take things that will help you make the role play more realistic for yourself. If you're going to be doing a cesarean, make sure that there's a blanket wherever you're going to be doing it, so that you can put a blanket up and then your friend can pretend to operate you and remove your children. But do the things that you need, plan the things that you want to take, even down to what specific items you want to take, what specific vests and sleepers you want to take with you, what's going to be their going home outfit, all that stuff. And then for you, what clothes are you going to take? Are you going to have loose pyjamas, or are you going to be in full-blown clothes? Which is kind of unrealistic, so I would go with pyjamas for 3 days. If you're doing a home birth like me, do what Louise did and do a home birth bag. So pack, assuming you're going to be giving birth at home, and add things in case you're going to the hospital. That makes it more realistic for you. So that's what I'm going to be doing. This is like, this and maybe the birth plan, maybe the routines, I don't know. But this is definitely one of the videos that I'm going to be making, my hospital bag. Might do them separately because they take a while to film. So I'll have one for the babies and then one for me. Mine, I'm packing closer to the time because I am still a growing girl. So I'll probably have new clothes by then because my only nightie is extremely short. So I will be getting a new one before the summer. But I've made lists of what I need, but I'm not actually going to pack them yet. Won't pack the babies ones either, because I'm also planning to get more baby stuff. Just like sleepers and dummies, maybe more vests, and we need wipes. I am also, surprise, I'm buying a bedside cot instead of this. You know, one of those co-sleeper cots? I'm buying one in May or June. And then I'm also getting one of those swaddle wraps, because Edward is massive. He is a large boy, and none of my blankets can wrap him except for that one, which he is in currently. Can't show you, you're plugged in now. But yes, bags, pack your bag, plan what you're going to pack in your bags. I'd say about a month in advance, at least 2 weeks in advance, actually pack them. And then, or even with your clothes, even if you can just like have an exact list so that the night before or a couple of days before you can go and just go down the list and tick each one off once you get it. Because I understand not everyone will have a separate bag, but if you're putting it in a suitcase, pack it. If you're putting it in another backpack that you have, pack it. Pack it a couple of weeks to a month in advance. Watch YouTube. Not just any YouTube. Watch people do their what's in my hospital bag videos, or like Louise, or what's in my home birth bag video, and watch those so that you can get an idea and then do it. A lot of people overpack and bring tops or loads of trousers or anything. I would literally bring a couple vests and a couple sleepers, because that's all people put them in the first couple days, maybe a couple weeks, because it's the easiest thing. It's just a sleep suit, it's really easy. Or even for the first couple days. Some people, when they're having a cesarean or even just a natural birth, literally just bring a couple swaddle blankets and a going home outfit, and they just swaddle the baby for the entire stay. And then also a lot of hospital bag videos, they're Americans, they get everything on insurance. The hospital provides them with a bunch of stuff. So So I think British ones are good to watch because then you know exactly what you're going to have to bring. Because, surprise, it's a role play, they don't give you anything. Right, hospital bag, you and baby, pack it in advance, watch YouTube videos to base it off. Step 3 or 4. Step 4. Step 5 is the appointments, because babies have appointments they have to go to, so plan them. In the first week, they have a newborn examination in the first 72 hours after birth. Basically just an examination to make sure they're healthy. So if you're in the hospital, they have to have that done before they leave the hospital. Just a little thing there. Then they also have a hearing test, which if it isn't done at the hospital, then it has to be like within the first 2 weeks or something. I don't know. But they have a hearing test to make sure that they haven't got permanent hearing loss. So make sure they're not deaf in one or both ears. And then they have a heel prick test where they stab their heel, put blood on a card, and then test for diseases. So it tests for 9 serious but rare conditions. I could do a video on that if you want, but it might be after the summer holidays because I want to do that with Katrin and just have it like she doesn't know it beforehand. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that if you want it. So that blood spot test is done at 5 days old. 5 to 8 days. Preferably 5, but you can have it up until 8 days. That is the key window. Do it then. These don't have to be you actually go to the hospital. It can be they come to you. But plan for these. You could, if you want, if you can get a red book. This is Britain. If you can get a red book, get one. They are amazing to have. I love it. If not, copy it up. This is the one that Katrin's mum gave me last year. No, the first year we did this, I think. So, it wasn't perfect. It was one for a girl's one, not a boy's one. But it's fine. Date of birth 2017. So, a red book. You could find your own. I've been asking Mummy to find mine for ages and she hasn't, which I'm still a bit annoyed about. But red book is good. And then I'm not getting it out, it's buried. I have like a notebook and I basically copied a bunch of stuff up by myself. I still need to finish that because I never ended up using it, I don't think. But do that. That's good. I do that. Appointments. Step 5. What's included, what they test for, the risks, and when they need to happen. The final step, step 6, is organisation. My favourite step. So first of all, like the nursery. So you need to plan, you need to organise the nursery. So whether that be in your room like it is in my house, or if you have a separate room, great. But you want to organise clothes, that's my first thing that I'd say, clothes. If you need to buy more, if you need to wash them, fold them, reorganise your drawers, buy more. Clothes, sort them out. Changing station, sort it. If you need to buy more wipes, I do, I need more wipes. I have 2 left, buy more wipes. If you want to reorganise your entire changing table, which I did yesterday, kind of, do it. Wash and clean your bottles. Make sure you've got formula, whether that be washing detergent or actual formula or baby powder. Not even Johnson's. That is off-brand baby powder. It is Tesco's own. Tesco loves baby, soft and gentle baby powder. And that is what I use as formula. Do what you need. Get the things. Organise them. So, clothes. Buy them. Fold them. Wash them. Whatever. Bottles. Clean them. Sort out formula. Changing table. reorganise it, buy more wipes, buy more nappies if you need to. Don't do it if you don't need to. Don't do it if you don't need to. I bought a new pack of wipes last year just so that I could have an unopened pack of wipes in the changing bag. Mistake. Big mistake. I now have no room. Then also tidy your own room as part of your organisation. Put things away. Sort your clothes. Tidy all that stuff. I need to tidy my desk. It is an absolute tip. I will actually unplug you just to show you this. That is my desk in there. But that is not all. This is a nightmare. I need to tidy it. Help me. I'm doing that soon. Maybe this weekend, maybe next weekend. And then I want to move my furniture around. I will do a nursery tour once everything is moved around and once everything's moved around, I'll do a nursery tour. But I need to tidy my desk just so that I can use it, because I can't move my room around until I tidy my desk. And I really actually do want to use my desk because it's pretty much been tidy ever since I got it in 2016, 3 years, and I've basically never used it. I've used it sometimes, but then it just piles up and then I avoid it. And I don't know if you saw, I have literally put a wall. I hid it. So that's fun. Tidy your room. Just do it. It'll make your life easier. Get into good habits. I started making my bed every morning. I'm really happy that I did it, because if I'd get home from school and my bed was still, like my duvet was still open, then I'd just get into bed. Whereas now, I put my cushion there, new cushion, Brendan Urie. I put my cushion there and I sit on my bed, and if I'm cold, I pull my blanket up or put on my dressing gown. But I actually don't get into bed and lie down at 4 PM and lie there for 3 hours until tea. Nope. Definitely never done that. And just organise your life. No. Organise your nursery, organise your room, tidy things up, buy things if you need to, clean things if you need to. Yeah, do that. Also organise your plans. Make sure you have these plans written down somewhere. Even if it's not a physical copy, which you're more likely to lose, I have a note on my phone that's just got not only this list for this video, but also all these actual steps. I have the dates and the appointments and the birth plan and the bag checklists and all that. I obviously don't have an organisation one because I've just done that, but I have a shopping list of things that I want to buy. And so do that. Make things tidy and usable. You're less likely to want to come in to the nursery area and play in there and spend time in there if it's a tip. That's just facts. You're not going to want to do it. Organise your nursery, organise your plans. And that is the final step. So that is all. I'm sorry this video is so long. So long. But I'm going to be doing a couple other videos. One on the organisation, one on maybe birth plan or routines. And so I will do all those videos because I want to. If there's anything else you want to see, just comment it below and I will try to put a video out for you. I have to edit this massive long video now before I can actually film anything else. Damn. Well, wish me luck. Like, subscribe, comment any videos you want to see, or just be nice. If you liked it, let me know. Yeah. Bye.